our respect for Pitt, not just this team, but their program is off the charts. You know, they've established themselves as one of the premier programs in the country, and they have a heck of a team this year. It was just a hard-fought game, and you know, Andre, you know, we got some looks for him, and then my players got looks for him, and you know, all of a sudden, boom, you know, we had a double-digit lead, and I thought we really cared for the ball. Only 7 turnovers and 19 assists, and you know, and we played hard. They played hard, and I think Andre, you know, was the difference. You know, you go 6 or 7 from 3. It's pretty darn good. It's really, you know, just darn good. Okay, any questions?
But you can talk about the job you did on Lamar tonight.
Well, he's one of the premier players in the country, and you have to, like Rodney's a heck of a player too. So basically you had a wash there, you know, Rodney and Lamar, and they're kind of equal players, you know what I mean? They're 2 of the best players, and they kind of canceled one another out. I bet both those kids have to be exhausted, and you know, thank goodness we have a player of Rodney's caliber to guard him, because you know, he's had a great year. He's had like a player of the year type of year. But tonight we were able to kind of hold him down a little bit, and Rodney was the main reason for that.
Given your youngest players have 21 games of experience now, are they used to that vibe of Duke being everybody's biggest game on every schedule, and did that manifest itself tonight in front of this crowd and this atmosphere?
Yeah, well, we're getting better at it, but it's a really good question. You know, like there's a process that each of our teams has to go through. If you have older guys like last year with Plumlee, Kelly, and Curry, they already know what that means, and they can help the other guys. These guys, this is one of our youngest teams, and so they've had to learn under fire, you know. And but tonight we played very well tonight, and we played with a lot of poise tonight, or you know, because they're really good. I mean, they're you know, we play again. We may not beat them, but tonight we did, and because we had that poise.
I think this was your best performance today, physically?
Well, it's, I think, our biggest win because of the caliber of team we played against and their venue. You know, this is a spectacular venue. It's the first time I've coached here, and I was just really impressed with everything. You know, it's a beautiful arena. The crowd is terrific. You know, there's a great spirit. What an addition to the ACC. You know, Pitt has been. You know, again, until you experience it, you don't know. But it's great. You know, for me, you know, you know, my mom grew up in western Pennsylvania, near Uniontown, in a little village called Keisterville, and so we have a lot of respect for the people here. This is good people in this region. I mean, really good people. And I was so impressed when when the Star Spangled Banner was being played with the crowd. You know, you felt, you know, I felt like go USA. You know, I mean, it was no, it was really good. And you know, you all are here all the time. Maybe you don't. You know, this is my first time. I just had really favorable, very favorable impressions of everything, and obviously you can say, well, he won, but I would say that even if we lost, I mean those things are really good. This is a heck of their program, this university, the crowd, and everything, and what they've built is a great addition to what I think will be the best basketball conference in the country.
Going back to Andre a little bit, you guys are now 10-0 when he hits double figures. I'm sure there's something more scientific to that, or is that just by coincidence that when he comes off the bench?
Well, it means we're scoring more points, probably, you know, and you know, he got 20 points in 15 minutes. You know, I got a text from his father saying if he played him 40, if you know 30, he would have had 40. But no, I didn't get a text. But Andre's a great story because, sitting out last year and having to go through the things he went through and to come back, so happy for him, and we're the beneficiaries of his great play.
You mentioned the team's poise. You got down in the early H2. You weren't shooting well for the first 2 minutes or so. Kind of what allowed him to get it together there?
Yeah, I thought they really outplayed us in the first 8 minutes. And we got some open shots. Like Rodney had 2 open threes, and we didn't finish. And so we just tried to tell him, look, we are getting decent shots. Just hang in there. We got to fight harder. We got to fight harder. They're not that we weren't fighting, but they were out fighting us. And then we kind of picked it up. And at the start of the second half, I thought they were out fighting us. And then that's why we called a quick timeout. Just because, again, the game can go south really, really quick against a real good team.
Those last 8 minutes, next to Andre's shooting, what worked defensively so that they...
Yeah, we started switching a little bit more. And, you just try to make sure Patterson, doesn't stick daggers in you. He's such a big-time player. So our defense of him throughout the game, but especially during that period, was critical.
Do you think your team just kind of understands the defensive system more now?
Well, I think we have. I think you followed us all year, and if you look back, if you would take a look at stats in November as opposed to stats in December, we were playing really good defense in December, or else we wouldn't have beaten Michigan and UCLA, and we wouldn't have been beating those teams. And we started out the conference in 3 games, and we, again, I take responsibility. We were not very good, even though we won 1 game. And since then, we've played more people, and I think that helps. So we're fresher playing the defense. And by the way, that's a great piece on Jabari.
Thanks.
Yeah, it was really neat. He's a great kid. He's playing lights out. How he's rebounding and that. It's terrific. Anything else?
Anything else?
Coach,
Okay.
what were you able to do on offense to move the ball around and create those open looks?
We had some patience, a little bit of penetration. Rashid's penetration helped, and then, Quinn is coming out. He sprained both of his ankles, one a little bit more than the other, so we weren't even sure if he was going to play tonight. But that he penetrated in a couple plays that he made with Emile to go along with what Andre was doing, kind of gave us that margin. So again, really proud of my team, and anxious to give them a little bit of time off now.